you have any more information? Clear on the 5-9. Is there anything else we can do for you, sir? Okay, clearing with Kilo, Quebec 4, Quebec Sierra.
Good evening, everybody. This is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. It's Wednesday. It's the Ham Fun Podcast. We're here to have some fun with ham radio. Care to join me? Pick up a nice drink. Maybe get some popcorn. We're going to have a little fun tonight. Stumbling across the HF bands. You know, I haven't done a satellite pass in a while, and that's because I don't have a 9700. There's a big empty spot where the 9700 used to be because ICOM has it. And I called them. Oh, they had it about 3 days. And I called them and I said, hey, so what's the story with my radio? And they're like, well, there's 30 other ones we got to fix before we get to you. So not going to be doing many satellite passes. So I said, what the heck? Let's try something else. Let's play with the HF bands. Let's see what's going on out there. So I said to myself, let's look around before I go live. Let me see what bands are open. Well, today happens to be a fantastic day. If you look at my geochron right here, and you can see just above my head, there's a picture of the sun. And then there's all kinds of numbers and digits, and a lot of places it says poor. It's amazing. Wow. I can't believe it. In the times from when I checked it and when I went live, it has gone from damn good conditions to poor. Why is that? The solar flux index. Oh, somebody broke the meter. Solar flux index says 0. It was over 200 before. Something happened with where they're getting their data from. That's all that means. So yeah, the bands are open and they're pretty good. I was listening to the Hurricane WatchNet on 20 meters. They're talking about hurricane. I think it's called Florence. It's going to be hitting Louisiana. So it's only a Cat 2. So they'll have some storm surge. They'll have some beach erosion and flooding, but it's not going to be super bad because as soon as it hits the land, it's going to die down. What's got me worried, if you look right in the center of my geochron, those red circles, just to the northeast of South America, coming right up on the gray line right now. That's a storm. That's a tropical storm. And it's moving like right toward this yellow dot. I don't like that. Hopefully there'll be wind shear or something which will knock it down. Anyway, hey, folks, if you want to get on this podcast and you're watching it live, it's Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. And this is the 23 years ago today was when the 9/11 attacks happened, which was pretty sad. And I'm going to show you a picture right now. Let's see. Yeah, this picture of this fireman here in this shot, I know him since I was about 12 years old. He's a priest. He's a Catholic priest who passed away on 9/11. Father Michael Judge, great guy. I knew him since I was a little kid. He was a friend. He always treated me well. Talking to all the firefighters in New York, when I met them there at his funeral, they told me he was a big left-wing wacko. And I said, yeah, but he's one of the only 2 priests that I knew in my life who put their money where their mouth was. This man was a hero, And the Catholic Church has recognized him as such and made him a saint a few years ago, which is really amazing to me that I knew a Catholic saint. I did. I knew him very well. And when I got my new car in 1974, he laid hands on me and the car and prayed for me in public, which was embarrassing to me at the time. I wouldn't find it embarrassing today because now I get it. I wasn't a Christian yet. I was a Catholic. I wasn't a Christian. I hadn't accepted Christ. And then once I did, he was instrumental in getting me not to fight with my dad over it because my dad thought I joined a cult. And I was walking around my King James Bible, and Father Mike, my father said, "You have to talk to a priest." I said, "Well, the only priest I'll talk to is Father Mike. So you can find him. We'll go talk to him." And he did. He found him. He had moved around a couple of different dioceses by the time we got to see him after I became a Christian. I mean, I first met him around 1964, and this was now 10 years, 11 years later. And I'll never forget, he took my Bible and he held it in his hand like this, and he said, "You see this? There's nothing wrong with this," as he's pointing it toward my dad. And then he turns and points to me and says, "You see this? If this comes between you and your parents, you're doing something wrong." That was the end of the argument, me and my dad. We got along after that. It was amazing. Anyhow, that is not what this podcast is about, but I hope you all remember 9/11 and how important it was. And pray for the people that are affected. More people have died since 9/11 than died on 9/11 from related diseases, which is really, really sad. There are now more firefighters have died with related diseases than died on that day. Sad stuff. I spent the morning with a bunch of firefighters from New York City who live down here in Florida now, and it was a lot of fun. And by the way, if you have any issues with the chat or anything like that, please just let me know. Send me a message in the comments. All right, I'm going to put the link on here. There we go. We'll send that up. And hey, Roger's here. My buddy Roger came to the game, so we'll pin that there so you can see that link. If you want to join me in the chat, you're more than welcome to, Roger. We're going to do some FT8. We're going to do some DX. And we're going to have some fun with radios because that's what I do here. I hope you enjoyed the video I did last Wednesday with Frank Bauer from Amateur Radio on the ISS. I put a video. I edited that video down to about 40 minutes and put it up on YouTube yesterday. And it's gotten about 50 or 60 views. So feel free to share that and check it out. All right, so let's try. I'm monitoring the Hurricane WatchNet. I'm going to get my headphones. If you noticed, I rearranged the microphone situation. We are now using the Rode mic as the stream mic and the radio mic. So if you have any problems with it, take it up with my friends. They said this sounds 10 times better than the wireless lapel mic I was using. And of course, I just put my headphones on, and the Hurricane WatchNet shut down. That's time. Everything's timing. Timing is everything. Let's switch the view. What we're looking at here on the right side. Turn the volume down since nobody's talking on it. We are on 14,325 right now. Don't try to call me on that. That is the Hurricane WatchNet. They are monitoring Hurricane Florence, which is about to hit Louisiana. Good news is it's only a Cat 2. So hopefully they'll be fine. There'll be a lot of rain, a little flooding, and everyone's going to get wet, but hopefully no loss of life or anything like that. The max winds sustained before it hits land is 100 miles an hour. Some oil rigs reported constant wind of 79 miles an hour as of the last sounding. They're sending hurricane planes in there and checking it out. We'll get more reports. No threat to me, but yeah, Louisiana, keep your eyes open. All right, so what you're looking at here on the right side of the screen is my Ham Radio Deluxe log. It also has the cluster. If you look on the right side here, this is the cluster. This 2E0 EVM. I'm going to click on him. And if you notice, the radio immediately tuned to that frequency. We don't hear it because I got the volume down. Plus, I don't think anybody's talking right now. No, nobody's out on there right now. on 14250. Let's find a spare frequency. You know what I'm going to do first? We're going to go to 10 meters. If there's any technicians out there that have 10 meter capability, 10 meters is running pretty good right now. So we will try to make some contacts. Now, if you notice, when I change bands in the radio, all the call signs on the right side in the cluster changed. Why? Because that's following my radio. So if I tune to 10 meters, all the call signs that are spotted on 10 meters come up on the screen. If I put it on 40 meters, we'll do that right now. Just switch to 40 meters. Notice the HRD log cluster also changed to 40 meters because it follows my main VFO. If you notice, my sub VFO is on 18130 on the right side up on the top right. You can see that. Maritime Mobile Service Network, Whiskey 1 Alpha Bravo Whiskey, they're the ones that are doing the Hurricane Watch Net right now. But if we go over here and we look at my logbook, here we go. There's my logbook. The last contact I got was voice with Mark up in Canada, and I had gotten him back in 23 was the last time I talked to him. He made a point of telling me that, which was nice. And we were about a 5.7 both ways. He was using a Yagi with 500 watts, and I was on the backside of the Yagi, and he was hearing me 5.7 up in Canada. And I told him, I said, well, what do you run? He's running like 500 watts. I was running 100 watts and an 80-meter off-center fed dipole. That's what I'm using right now. So that's what we're going to use. We'll try to make some contacts. So let's start with 10 meters. And let's see. We got a bunch of guys on it. MP2DX. Who's MP2DX? Now, notice I just clicked on his name. Hey, Andy Cowley. How you doing? Hey, Roger. I'm way ahead of you. Before we get this guy, I want to show this to Roger. Roger, look, my handheld. See the wire? It goes to a duplexer that goes out to my antennas on the tower. And you know what? I hear everybody fine, but they don't hear me. So I kind of gave up on that for a while. If anything, I'll go to I'll switch over to the Arrow 2 and go out to the beach or something and try to make some contacts. As soon as the weather clears up a little bit, it's brutal out there. So Andy Cowley, how you doing, man? All right, what we're going to do right now, we're going to go over to this screen right here. You can see my 7300 in the window there. And we're going to try to make some contacts on 10 meters. So let's start looking. Oh, I keep grabbing the wrong dial.
Kilo 3, Lima, Romeo Bravo. Hotel Kilo 3, Lima, Romeo Bravo.
Let's listen for a while, see what he's doing. So we got Roger here. We got Andy here. Thank you for coming. The link is in the chat if you want to join in, Roger. You're more than welcome to.
Lima, Romeo Bravo.
Romeo Bravo. Who is this? What do you mean I'm ahead of you?
Romeo Bravo.
Who's Kilo 3 Lima Romeo Bravo? Let's look him up. No, it's not a Kilo 3 Lima Romeo Bravo. What's he saying?
Hotel Kilo 3 Lima, Romeo Bravo.
Hotel Kilo 3 Lima Romeo Bravo. All right, let's see who this guy is. This is Pagoda, Colombia. Hotel Kilo 3 Lima Romeo Bravo. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. Wonder if he heard me. Bogota, Colombia. We're going to try to get this guy. Hotel Kilo 3, Lima Romeo Bravo. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. Roger, Roger. We must have a Yagi and turned it around the wrong way. Let's try this MP2DX. I don't hear him. Let's try Papa Yankee 1 Fox Juliet. Brazil. Papa Yankee 1 Fox Juliet. Please copy Kilo Oscar 4 Papa Delta India. Papa Yankee 1 Foxtrot Juliet. Please copy Kilo Oscar 4 Papa Delta India. I am in Palm Coast, Florida, USA. Now he's fading. All right, moving on. Another. Let's see who else we can get. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find a quiet frequency, and I'm just going to call CQ. See what happens. Let's see. We'll try 28. Yeah, that's something in my house is doing that, I'm sure. See that interference on there? Let's try 28503. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Always ask if the frequency's in use. I learned this doing POTA, because every now and then there might be two people having a conversation. You can't hear one of them, and you think nobody's there, and they're actually talking. And the guy that you would be able to hear isn't talking at that moment. And you might just step on him, or he might come in and step on you. So, oh God, this guy's page got me confused because he's got his 7610 on the screen. Oh, Yesu, I don't know what that is. Looks like a 7610. There it is right there. Let's go back over here. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. Is this frequency in use? Hey, is this frequency being used? Nothing wrong with being a little humorous. All right, nothing heard. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ 10 meters, KO4 PDI from Palm Coast, Florida, USA, calling CQ 10 meters, KO4 PDI. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ 10 meters, anyone, anywhere. Come on now. So you guys want to talk to me? I'm on 28503. I don't care if you just accept. That's a good question, Roger. Roger's asking me, here's what he put. On reflection, question. Why were you successful with the handheld SAT antenna, but not able to make contacts with a much better antenna using the same handheld radio? All right. The Arrow 2 works. The Elk antenna works. I actually completed a QSO with WA1JAY, Jay, who you know, because you talk to him a lot too, on that duplexer with that handheld radio. Why all of a sudden I can't do it? I don't know. Probably because I'm only putting out 5 watts and people are putting out much, much more and preventing me from getting into the bird. I saw a video. I forget the guy's name. I got to find. He follows me. He might be watching now. I don't know. He uses 2 handhelds with an Arrow 2. So one he has on the downlink and one he has on the uplink. and he switches back and forth depending on what satellite it is. And he was hearing himself come back with only 5 watts into the ISS on the second radio. And I said, I wonder if I got another one of these $119 radios, programmed it the same way, and just listened on that and transmitted on another one, if that would work. We'll have to see. I'm not ready to spend the money right now, but I think it's mostly because everybody's putting in much more wattage than I am. Excuse me, I had lunch at the Elks today. It was a challenging weather threat. All right, well, I'm going to keep calling CQ. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India calling CQ 10 meters, KO4 PDI 10 meters, CQ. Something's repeating on me that I had for lunch, and I hate it. I've had the hiccups all day. If this keeps up, I won't stay on very long, because you don't have to listen to me sound like Foster Brooks. CQ 10 meters, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, from Palm Coast, Florida, USA, calling CQ 10 meters, KO4 PDI, CQ. All right, none of you guys are trying, huh? Hey, man, how you been, man? I'm on 10 meters. Come get me from Northern Ireland there. I heard something. Hold on. November 2 station, come back. November 2. November 2, Mike Japan, Zulu, QSL. Did I get that right? Freddie, I love it. Freddie, you got me. You're following me on YouTube right now? Yeah, I'm going to be running FT8 in a little while. So, yeah, you can try to get me on there. I don't know what band I'm going to jump on. Probably 15 meters has been pretty hot today. All right, Freddie, I'm going to put you in the book. I got you five times now. N2MJZ KO4 PDI. Thanks for watching, Freddie, and thanks for getting me on the radio. All right, 73, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ 10 meters, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India from Palm Coast, Florida, calling CQ. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ, KO4 PDI, 10 meters, calling CQ, anyone, anywhere, come now. Freddie, if you're still listening, you were about a 5'3" over here. But I think that's because we're so close. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ. 10 meters, KO4 PDI, CQ, beautiful, Palm Coast, Florida, where it's rainy all day. My grass is growing so fast I can almost hear it. KO4 PDI, calling CQ with the hiccups. I told you it's fun doing ham radio. We got 9 people watching, no techs. Get a tech on here. We want to get some contacts with technicians. I think Freddie is a general. I'm not sure. I could go check it. But, yeah, I know Freddie from the Flagler Palm Coast Amateur Radio Club. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ, 10 meters, KO4 PDI, CQ. Somebody's tuning up. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ 10 meters, KO4 PDI, Palm Coast, Florida. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. Ah, he's an extra. Good for him. I want to be an extra someday when I grow up. Was that Kilo India 2 something? Come on back. Roger, Roger. Echo India 2, India Papa, KO4, PDI. Is this who I think it is? Roger, Roger. You're about a 5'6" to Central Florida here in the United States. I see your QRZ page. I'm taking a look at it. It's really nice, Robbie. Thank you so much for getting back to me. What are you using to get to me? Okay, sounds great. You're about a 5'5" to me right now. I just looked at the meter again, and I'm getting a message from somebody telling me you're not hearing the radio on my live stream. I'm doing a live stream right now, and he says he's not hearing my radio. I got to fix that. But I got you about a 5'5". What are you getting me up there in Ireland? You're going to be jealous. I'm using an ICOM 7300 with a 80 meter off center fed dipole, just 100 watts.
Good to hear you. Good to working for the first time. Working for the first time here, Michael, and got your live stream as well there. So Oscar 4, Papa Delta, so number 2 in the
Roger, Roger. KO4 PDI. I'm going to say goodnight to you, sir. Echo India 2, Italy Papa, KO4 PDI 73. Have a great evening, and thank you so much for the contact. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Let's hold off for a second on the radio. Roger is messaging me. What are you not hearing your contact? That means you're not hearing my 7300, Roger. Is that what you're telling me? Because I think I know what that could be from. I have to go into the settings, filters on my microphone, move the gain up, two-band equalizer, limiter. Let's take the limiter out. All right. That might be doing it, Roger, the limiter. Let me just turn the volume up on the radio again, see if you hear it better. All right. Just now, I shut off the limiter. Do you hear the hiss from the radio now, Roger? Send me a message, or you can call me. Roger's got my number. If you're not hearing the radio right now, something's wrong. I hear it in the headphones. You still there, Roger? All right, this was a few seconds ago. He said this. He wasn't hearing it. N2NJ is an extra. I'm jealous. I want to be an extra when I grow up. All right. I'm not getting a response from Roger. Roger? Roger. Can you hear me? You should hear me. I'm peeking out the meter. Probably clipping. All right, let's try making some more contacts. We're on 10 meters now. Let's look around a little bit. Oh, let's just call CQ again. Whoops. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, KO4, PDI, calling CQ 10 meters, CQ 10 meters, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ 10 meters, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, calling CQ 10 meters, KO4, PDI, Echo Lima 99's the grid square. The city is Palm Coast, Florida, halfway between Daytona Beach and St. Augustine. It's a beautiful place down here, except it's been raining for 3 days. KO4 PDI calling CQ 10 meters. All right, can somebody give me a report on the radio? Let's go to a known station. I'm going to go back to 14 meters. I'm sorry, 20 meters.
200 watts, Rudy. 200 watts, running a phone.
Are you hearing the radio now?
20 meters. Usually one-on-one, like.
Come on, we got 8 people watching. Somebody type in the chat if you're hearing that guy talking on the radio. All right. Let's refresh the screen. Turn on the sound. Still here to go, Jeff.
QSL, good signal as well here. I say 5-8 into Illinois. Copy?
Illinois to 5-8.
All right, good.
Julia 5, Delta Zulu Victor.
All right, hit me over there. Get back to me.
Julia 5, Delta Zulu Victor.
Okay, good. Thank you, Iman, for letting me know.
5 in South Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Roger, for the thing. Let's let me see. What was the? Let's try some of these cluster call signs here. Hotel Kilo 3 and Lima Romeo Bravo. Who's that? Oh, that's FT8. Well, you know what? When all else fails, dump the radio, stop the DX. Let's just do some FT8. How about them apples? I'm all ready to do that. If I click this button right here, oh my God, there's my screen. It's all up and running. All we got to do is pick a band. I'm going to pick 15 meters. 15 meters usually is pretty good to Europe right about now. Let me close this and reopen it because sometimes when I leave it for a long time, it won't transmit. All right. So let's go to 15 meters. Here we go. 21074. We got plenty of signal on the radio, which you can't see because I got it shut off. I could turn it on again. There you go. There's the radio right there. So we're seeing signals on it. Let's tune it. I don't think we'll even need the tuner, but we'll check. Oh, I know what's wrong. I don't know why it does that. All right. It's at almost a 2. Let's run the tuner again. Yeah, drop down to less than 1.5. Okay, so we're tuned. So we'll just start transmitting. Start calling CQ. See if any call signs pop up on the screen. According to Grid Tracker, which is on a different screen. Let me see. Oh, I don't want the background music. Radio cam we don't need. Let me see if I get Grid Tracker on here. I didn't want it. There's the call log starting to pop up. We got people calling CQDX in the United States. Let me tell you a little secret. Don't bother doing that. There's no sense in saying you just want DX. You want everything. If I can get my Grid Tracker screen on the screen, let's see if I can find it. Nope, not that window. Nope, not that window. Not that window. Not that window. I have so many windows that I can pick from. Here's when we do satellite passes. This is what I use. But there's nothing there because we don't have any satellite. But if I go to FT8, that's where I was. I should be able to add the display capture. Let's see. I might even have it already. Add display capture existing. Pick an existing. There we go. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. It's going to be the last one I try. Of course it is. It's the last one I try. All right, let's just shrink that down a little. Oh, look. It changed everything. What's going on? I lost the FT8. I guess I just got to change the existing one. This is just behind the scenes crap. 17 meters is on fire. You're talking 17 meters on FT8? Because that's what we're doing now. We're doing FT8 now. Even though you don't see it on the screen. I'm going to change it. Nope. I got 4 monitors going here, so please bear with me. I got to pick the different monitors. So is 17 meters on fire now in Europe on FT8? We could check DX heat. If we go over to DX heat, which is on a different screen right now, and I put in Europe. Yeah, right now in Europe, 17 meters is hopping. I see that. And in North America, it says pretty good in North America too. So why don't we try 17 meters? All right, let's go over here to 17. Click on that. Tune it. We got good SWR and hit enable transmit. And now we're doing 17 meters. All right, Iman, come and get me. You're there. We got 17 meters, Papa. We should get a bunch of call signs listed in the call log any second. Yeah, there they go. Although we only have 3 people calling CQ. Let's try. I've gotten this guy in Greece before. You guys understand how Grid Tracker works? Grid Tracker keeps track of all your QSOs. It knows what grid squares you got, what call signs you got, what everything. ITU zones, continents. It knows it all. And if it's filled in black like these are down here, that means I've already got them. This one here, I don't have this grid square. This is in Brazil, and I'm going to try him. I've never contacted him either. Papa Whiskey 8 Bravo Radio. We're going to try to get him right now. You just shut down all for the night. I know it's late by you. Battery flat was on all day. Yeah, I run all my radios are hooked up to a 100 amp hour Redodo battery that I got on Amazon for less than $200. Can't beat it. If you go to my Amazon store, which is on ko4pdi.com, you can see some of that and you can pick them up and you'll be supporting the channel if you buy from any of those. All right, so we're calling this guy. I forgot to do that. He's not answering us. Come on, buddy. You're just in Brazil. A guy in Greece calling me. Let's click on his call sign. He's calling me. We'll try this guy. This is Sierra Victor 1, Papa Mike Radio. And this is Mamos. Oh, that's a Greek name, man. Let me see if I can read it. Tesopoulos. Tesopoulos. Oh, there's only one P. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. But hey, complete the QSO with me. You were calling me. I jumped on there. So let's see if we make some contacts here. I love doing FT8 a lot because it's so simple and you get a lot of QSOs with it and it's enjoyable and you really can tell what's really moving. Like 17 meters just died off. My buddy Jim is texting me. Oh, he's My buddy Jim is out with his Montana trailer camping. He was up in Elkhart, Indiana. He's just texting me some pictures of his truck and his trailer. Yeah, 17 meters is pretty good. I get yelled at a lot because I like to do parks on the air on 17 meters. Oh, listen, I know you weren't expecting this, but you know how I have the camera on the tower? I also have cameras in my back. I have a camera on my tower that looks down into my backyard. I'm going to show you that in a second. And you'll see a beautiful deer eating. Let's see. Where is my camera? Oh, there it is. I can change that. Make it nice and big on the screen so you can see it really well. Look at that little deer out there having a good old time. I love my neighbors. They're deer. All my neighbors are deer. Oh, and bobcats and other fine, cute little animals. And I love watching them. And what's great is, like, literally this deer is right outside my window, right behind the monitors. It's probably 6 feet away from me. But he doesn't know I'm here, and he can't hear me because he's outside. I love watching him, though. It's a lot of fun. All right, we're going back to FT8 here. This Schlemiel in Greece, it dropped. He dropped out. He's not there anymore. Okay, screw you. Let's try this. Ukraine. Now, look at this. This is a call sign in Ukraine I've never gotten. And he's calling CQ, and he's in a grid square I never got. I have gotten Ukraine, but I haven't gotten that grid square in Ukraine. So let's call him back and see what happens. I was having issues for some reason with my radio. Every now and then when it transmits, it doesn't transmit USB data. It just transmits USB. And I can tell because I don't see any power coming out. Or when I'm talking, I can see my voice affecting the meter, which means it's doing microphone and USB, which is just supposed to do USB. However, I think it's fixed now because it did it right that time. Let's hope this guy answers and gets back to us. Anybody got any questions about satellites or anything like that? I'm here, man. Ask me anything you want. If you watch that video I re-edited, hey, we got him. We got him. The guy in Greece finally answered. Yay! Now, if we went back to the other screen, which I'm not going to do right now. Yeah, I got tons of deer in my backyard. Anyway, if we went back to the other screen, you would see that it already added that into my logbook. Actually, he was in Colombia. Wow. I thought he was in Greece. Why did it say Greece? Or maybe that was another guy jumped in and got a QSO on me when I wasn't looking. It's possible. So right now we got two people calling me. Oh, the guy in Colombia, we already completed that QSO. So we click on the other guy in Croatia. So now we're trying to get a guy in Croatia. You notice the red. That's people calling me. When you see the red, that's people calling me. Now, the guy in Croatia should pick up right away. The Colombian guy is still sending me messages. I bet you he didn't get the 73. That's what it was. When this guy's done, I'm going to go back to the guy in Colombia and see if I can get him his 73. What happens a lot is you end up with two entries into your logbook, because my logbook, I got him, and he's in my logbook. But obviously, he's still sending me 73s. Oh, the Croatia guy just responded. All right, Croatia's in the book. Now we'll click on the Colombia guy again, and it's not letting me click on him. He might have dropped off. It's possible, but if you looked at my HRD logbook and my QRZ logbook, you'll see those two contacts I just made on FT8 are logged in both places, because that's what Ham Radio Deluxe does. It's a little tricky setting up Ham Radio Deluxe, but man, if you got any issues with it, you can, yeah, there it is right there. The Croatia and Colombia, the last two entries in my logbook. So if the guy from Colombia keeps calling me, that means he didn't get my 73, so I got to send it to him again. But what that does, it adds another entry into my logbook, which would be like a duplicate, but it's a different time. So what I usually do is, this, if he gets it the second time, I delete the first one, and leave the second one there because that's the one that's going to match up to him. Right now, he's not sending me any. It still says he's calling me, but he's not there yet. Oh, baby, we got a grid square in the United States I don't have right here. This is in Minnesota. Let's call this guy and see if we can get him in the book. That'll be another grid square. I'm not missing that many grid square in worked all grid squares in the United States. I only maybe about 60, 70 grid squares I haven't gotten. Now, they're all on mixed bands, mixed modes. Some are voice, some are FT8, some are in other stuff. But anyway, that's the story. That was my GMRS radio making a racket there. Let's see if this guy answers me. Boy, it'd be nice to get this grid square. I'm trying to get all the grid squares in the United States. Not necessarily on the same band. I'm not doing that, but I'm trying to do that. Do you guys do a lot of FT8? We still got 10 people watching. Anybody want to chime in and say anything? Get in the chat and type something up. Love to hear from you. Yeah, Iman, I just noticed your message a little garbled. That was probably when I had the radio turned up really loud or I had the volume up really loud on the radio. This guy's not. Oh, now somebody else is calling me. He's in New Hampshire. New Hampshire. That's how you say it, by the way. Yeah, the other guy didn't respond to me, but that's all right. All right, we're transmitting now. We're trying to get this Kilo Alpha 1 Delta Charlie Bravo. Get him in the book. William George. 2 first names. William George. I could go by Michael Phillip, but nobody knew who I am. I'm named Michael after my father and Philip after my grandfather. My last name's Randazzo. My brother, my parents weren't too creative in names. They named him Philip Michael Randazzo. Philip after his grandfather and Michael after his father. So he's Philip Michael. I'm Michael Philip. And then there was my brother John. He was John Gordon Randazzo. Who the heck? Where did those names come from? John after John F. Kennedy was born in 1963. And Gordon after Gordon Cooper, the last of the Mercury astronauts who flew longer, faster, and higher than any other human in the world because he was solo. He's the only one. They haven't done a solo flight since. Anyway, Gordon Cooper splashed down from his Mercury flight at the same time my brother John was born. So my mom named him after an astronaut. And we used to play astronauts as kids. All right. We got nobody else chatting here. We've been on for about 47 minutes. You guys got any questions? Put it in the chat right now. If anybody wants to come on live, we got 12 people now. I put the link at the top of the screen. You can see it. I put a star on it. Click on that link and you can come on live with me and I'll get you on the screen with me. It'll be a nice time. We'll have a good time. And you can ask me personal stuff and questions. I'll tell you though, today is, I don't work. I never worked on 9/11 after 9/11/01. I took that day off every year. And I did it because it was moving and I never wanted to forget how bad it was. If you weren't there, I was talking to a firefighter today who was there. It was like you didn't know when it was going to end. They grounded all the flights in the United States. All of his stories you probably never heard. They grounded all the flights, and any plane that didn't land, they sent up fighter jets. They scrambled fighter jets. Oh, we got this guy. Yay, got another grid square in the United States. So they scrambled all these fighter jets, but they didn't have time to put missiles on them. So all they had were machine guns, and they couldn't really take down a plane with machine guns. They would just poke holes in it. So any plane that didn't land, when they all got the order to land, was going to be shot down. And Flight 93, the one over Shanksville, Pennsylvania, that crashed there, luckily they didn't have to take that down. But the 2 fighter pilots, a man and a woman, agreed that if they had to, they would ram their planes into the 747 to stop it. And luckily they didn't have to do that because the people on Flight 93 took control and they ended up trying to crash the plane. They were trying to get the plane back, but in the process they crashed it. Sad day. And nobody remembers the terror because that was the big thing. There were fighter jets flying over my house. I had never seen fighter jets flying over my house. It was really moving, and it really did a number on me. So know that today's the 23 years ago today it happened. It's really sad. And this guy's calling me again. No, he's not. What happened? I don't know. He's still calling me though, so I'll stay up there. Oh, now he's done. All right, I'm calling CQ again on FT8. Anyway, boys and girls, did you have a good time? You like this? Nobody's asking questions? Okay. We got 15 people on here now. Wow. We've been on for 50 minutes, and now people are starting to show up. Anyway, we had a nice conversation about why my HT isn't working with a duplexer I put on it for satellites. We talked about that. We did some HF contacts on 10 meters. That was pretty cool. He couldn't believe he was hearing me so well. A guy in Ireland, he said I was like, I jumped up to a 5.9 and he's using like 500 watts in the Yagi and I'm using a wire with 100 watts. And he said I was almost a 5.9. That's damn good, man. That means you're doing it right. No, I wasn't running 5 watts. Oh, any questions? Anyone, anywhere? Thank you. Thank you for that, Mark. We must never forget. Nope. 75 ohm ham stopped by. Ziggy, my man. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we're running 17 meters FT8 right now. And yeah, we're FT8ers, my man. We're FT8ers. I did talk to a guy in Ireland on 10 meters, which was pretty cool. 10 meters has been amazing this year. There's been a lot of time. I mean, when I first got my ham license was only 3.5 years ago. And 10 meters was like nothing. You didn't hear anything. All right, we got this guy. All right, got another one. It's like fishing. You know, when you fish, you cast your line out there, you pick the right lure, you put it in the water and you just wait for the bite. And you just sit there. You tug it and you make it move and you wait for the bite. And the bite comes, you yank it in and you put it in, you mark it up in your cooler and you're all ready to go. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing that with FT8. FT8 to me is like fishing with ham radio. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hey, Ziggy, how's the sound? How's the sound, Zig? Ziggy's the one that's been helping me adjust it and got me to use this mic over the other ones. So I got nothing but thanks for him helping me out. I learned one thing, Ziggy. One of the reasons people weren't hearing the radio is I had the limiter on it, and it was blocking out all the background noise. And I'm a 5.9. He's got a 5.9 on my audio. Thank you, Zig. We got another one. Oh, wait. Is this the same guy? Let's add him to the logbook and check. Let's refresh the logbook screen. Yeah. See, now this is an example of what I was talking about. Now I'm going to go to the other screen because I want to show you this. All right. Here's the logbook screen. And if you look just above my head, you see that Romeo 6 Yankee radio. Romeo 6 Yankee Romeo. I got them on FT8, right? 17 meters in Russia. But look, we got it twice. Once is at 2250 and one is at 2252. So it's obvious he did not get the first 73 that I sent him. So what I'm going to do is this one here, I'm going to delete this record. Just going to delete it because I don't want to have a duplicate in my book. Man, the ape came by. The ape is here. Hey, man. I wonder if I can make that text smaller. What text? What text are you talking about, Ape? Something I'm doing? I got to remember, Ape, I'm like so insecure behind this microphone. I shouldn't say that. Oh, the deer are fighting outside. You guys want to see the deer again? Oh, let's put the deer back up on the screen. What did I have? Was it this one? Nope. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. This one? There they are. Tower zoom cam. Where'd it go? Oh, I shut it off. We turn it back on. The deer are playing out there now. Here we go. Can you still hear? Yeah, you can still hear me. Come on, camera. There you go. We got 2 deer out there playing. They're just as tired of the rain as I am. if you notice, you see the woods behind my house? There's water back there now. There wasn't water there the other day. If I turn the camera to the right a little bit, look at that. I got a little lake in my backyard because of all the rain we got over the last 3 days. I had to let water out of my pool every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm sorry, no, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday. And let's get the camera back where it belongs. As you can see the deer in the backyard coming along. Check out that little corn feeder I put out there for them. This camera is actually mounted about 10 feet high on my tower. And it's solar powered, so I can run it and not have to have electricity going out to it. These deer, they love my grass. I'm going to cut it tomorrow. They'll be back. Sometimes after I cut the grass, about dusk that evening, they'll come and just lay out in my backyard and relax. It's incredible to watch. They love being in my backyard. Maybe because I have that little feeder on the bottom right behind me right there that they eat corn out of. It looks like they got it all, though. I can't really see it here. Yeah, they ate almost all the corn is gone. That thing was full 3 days ago, and now it's gone. All right. What do we got here? 75 ohm ham. I know he can add another screen or two. Yeah, I could do a couple of different things. What do you want to know, Ape? What text do you want me to make smaller? The ticker on the bottom of the screen? No, that's a good size. Is that what you were talking about, Ape? The text for the titles and our names? No, I don't think I can do that. That's in StreamYard. I have the StreamYard screen pretty small right now. Open your eyes, man. All right, where were we? We were doing FT8. Oh, now the screen all changed for FT8. That's right. I forgot. I did that. Let's close the real link camera now. You saw the deer. Everybody got excited. We looked at my thing. Notice I deleted the one R6YR call sign there because he had duplicated it, but I put the later one in, figuring that's the one that's going to match him because he didn't get the first one. So that's why I do that. All right, boys and girls, we've been on about an hour, and I thank you all for coming. Make sure you check out the replay of the video I did with Frank Bauer from the ARISS. He's the executive director. He was nice enough to give me an hour of his time, and we talked all about working the satellites and what's coming up in the future, the International Space Station, and what they're doing in the past, and what the guys are doing right now up there. So, yeah, check that out. Check all my videos out. I need more people watching my videos. I'm getting up there in people that are following me. I think I'm up. What am I up to? 700 and I'll tell you in a second. I am up to 716 followers, and I'm looking to get 1,000 because then I'm going to be rich, right? No, not going to be rich. Anyway, thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for being a follower and checking out my stuff. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm going to try to start doing some more shorts. I have to do something because I don't have as many live satellite passes that I can pull off. So, Roger, you're back. Thank you, Roger. Roger made a donation in my name to the ARISS. So, make sure you guys, ariss.org. That's their website, and it's pretty cool. You can learn about a lot of stuff. Build it, they will come. I agree, Iman. I'm building it, and you're staying up late tonight, and I thank you for that. It's got to be around midnight by you. And, yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me. All right? This is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, saying 73 for now. See you next week on the Magical Mike's Ham Radio Ham Fun Radio. Well, you know what it is. See you then. KO4 PDI. I'll be clear.